what you do to me. There's nothing left to see. You left me in the dark now.
Hey guys, it's your friend in the neighborhood, I Henry. Welcome back to another episode. It's another special episode where we got Chris.
What's up?
Here. Hello. He's a real boy. Hi. So we both made a similar decision, just like our phones with the XS Max.
Yeah.
We both have a 10.5-inch iPad Pro, which we decided over the iPad Air 2019 and over the 11-inch iPad Pro.
Well, full disclaimer, I got my 10.5-inch iPad Pro when they first came out. So I didn't have the option of the 11-inch iPad Pro or the 10.5-inch iPad Air, but I did have the option of the iPad and the 12.9-inch iPad Pro.
Gotcha.
But we'll get into that
Gotcha.
we're discussing.
Well, just like my ex, you ruined the intro. So in the last episode, I had 4 questions on really just the overall review of the iPhone XS Max. So I asked Chris to write me 4 questions on the iPad Pro.
On the spot. Hey, write these.
There we go. So we're going to see how this goes. So let's go ahead and get started.
Number one. Numero uno. So, Henry, you just purchased a 10.5-inch iPad Pro. Now, what was your reasoning, other than a price, that made you choose the 10.5-inch Pro versus the 11-inch Pro? Because you had that option.
I did. Well, over the Pro, a lot of it just came down to price, like what you were saying in your question. Very long question.
Than price. That is a long question, folks.
A long question.
That's right.
You're obviously really good at making questions. You just cut right against the point. Like you're almost at the point that you kind of just.
Yeah, I went against the grain.
There you go.
Yeah.
Why grain?
I don't know. That's the saying. You go against the grain. You swim against the current.
Or maybe you swim in the grain.
That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
Question.
There you go. With iPad Pro, just a 10.5-inch, there are a lot of things that just overpassed what the iPad Air had, but it had enough features where I didn't want or didn't need to get the 11-inch Pro. So really the 10.5-inch was just really well in between getting the iPad Air versus the 11-inch iPad Pro, because I got ProMotion display over the iPad Air, and I got quad stereo speakers instead of stereo, which is a big selling point for the iPad.
Huge difference. If you've never heard that, if you've never heard the quad speakers, man, that they put out some sound, and it's good quality sound for the size of the device. So, all right, so side question. So that was this is question 1A.
Oh, really?
So ProMotion, why don't you explain what ProMotion is? Or have you done a video on that, and should people subscribe?
People should subscribe.
I agree.
I know that's the answer is yes for that.
Okay.
So I answered one part of that question. ProMotion display, basically the iPad adapts to what you're using with the iPad. So if you're playing a game, it's going to basically know you're playing a game and change the refresh rate to 120 hertz. While if you're doing something like web browsing, it's going to bring it down to about 90 hertz. So basically not only adapts to what application you're using, but it also knows what you're using so that you really get the overall best experience, the best battery life out of your iPad.
That's a good
the
point.
second you don't have ProMotion display on, or you have a device that doesn't have it, you notice it instantly.
Yeah.
And it's really something I wish that Apple would put in the iPhones. Maybe they'll put it in this year or next year, I don't know. But that would be a reason to call an iPhone a Pro right there.
Yeah.
If they could add a ProMotion display.
And if you've never seen the ProMotion display, I mean, even in things as simple as watching Netflix or Prime or YouTube. Hey, like you do notice a difference. It's how to explain this. It's definitely more fluid in transitions and movement and the color, and it really is awesome to see the difference there. So
swim through the rice.
That's right. Swim through the rice. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds good.
There you go.
So, and you kind of answered my next question. My next question is, so this year Apple came out with the iPad Air 10.5. Yep. which is the same overall size as the iPad Pro. The camera is different and actually flush with the back, and then you have the 2 speakers instead of 4, so you kind of answered that question. So here's another one. So you already have a 15-inch MacBook Pro Touch Bar.
I do.
Those come with 4 USB-C charging ports.
Yes, they do.
And the new iPad Pro 11-inch and 12.9-inch comes with a USB-C charging cable. Will that be a factor for you in the future moving forward with USB-C charging and data transfer versus Lightning?
If the rumors were true last year that Apple was ditching Lightning to go to USB-C, the answer would be yes.
Okay.
Because everything I have, from solid-state hard drives to charging cables to really every accessory that I own right now, is USB-C. Everything I have is USB-C. Only thing I don't have that's not USB-C is my AirPods, my iPad, and my iPhone. So I already need to carry around a Lightning cable, typically a USB-C to Lightning cable when on the go. So it just didn't make sense to have only 2 devices that had Lightning and have to carry the cable around. And I really don't think that Apple's going to be ditching the Lightning cable anytime soon. I really don't. It's rumored that they will, and every year there's a bunch of speculation on it. About 2 months after it's released, like, they're definitely going to add USB-C, and they're going to add a fast charger in the box. They never do that because they make so much more money with the Lightning. And they already have so many accessories like the AirPods that are still Lightning. So I feel like if Apple was going to transition to USB-C completely, they would have made the iPad Air and iPad Mini USB-C. They would have done it. They would have changed the AirPods to USB-C. And
because they just released the second generation in the wireless charging case. So here's a question, and this is not on script.
Oh.
Dun dun dun. So reading Steve Jobs' biography. And how simplistic he wanted to make things. You know, Apple went away from the MagSafe chargers, and a lot of people had issues with that because of what that did for you as just from a usability standpoint. And so my question for you, and I know my answer on this after reading the biography, but how do you think Steve Jobs would feel about Lightning, USB-C, and you've got multiple devices that can do different things, and and then now you have this computer now with touch bar that's got the USB-C ports and no USB ports, but you still have AirPods with a Lightning charging case and an iPhone with a Lightning charger. Now AirPower, the mat that was supposed to come out that never did because they couldn't get the coils right. Yeah. So you kind of look at that and you just kind of go, as well as Apple is doing, as much profit as they're making, and still, I'm a huge fan, and we'll probably upgrade to the next phone. Probably end up upgrading to the iPad Pro 11-inch. Do you think that there would be some return on investment for them if they would just say, okay, we're going to make this simple. We're going to make this easy to use and just going to have things. This is what it's going to be, USB-C. So do you think that would be, I know they make more money on Lightning, but do you think that'd be advantageous as far as the number of devices that they would sell? And overall success and reputation of the company? Serious question, folks.
Well, one of the last things Steve Jobs did was release the iPhone 5 with the Lightning. So Steve did pursue the Lightning to start with. And I feel like he would have wanted...
For a couple of reasons.
Yeah.
Sound, data transfer, and all that.
I feel like Steve would rather, based off of how simplistic everything's been with what he's made, I feel like he would have taken that and created something that is better than USB-C, which he tried to make something better than micro USB with Lightning. So I feel like Steve would have made something better than USB-C, or he would have made something that would fit USB-C but have more capability with it. And I feel like I really think he would stick with Lightning still. Like I feel like a lot of the decisions that has been made, like Steve never would have wanted the Edge.
On the 10.
He would not have done that. He would have either made it to where there is a top bezel or a bottom bezel that's just really thin.
Like the iPad Pro?
Exactly. Either like that, or just not even release it until it's perfected. And I, just knowing Steve Jobs and watching documentaries about him, just what he would have wanted. he would have wanted that innovation done the right way before even releasing it.
I agree with that.
And I definitely don't think that there'd be a trash can Mac Pro either. That never would have come out under Steve Jobs, or he would have at least made a pyramid first.
Yeah.
Just with the pyramid that you stack them on top of each other. Like
pyramid. Yeah.
I feel like that would be something Steve would have wanted.
Yeah, I agree.
And one thing that I feel like Steve would have also never made the Apple Pencil the way he did with the lightning port. He would have done the magnetic charging firsthand. That was the first thing he would have done.
Yep.
And I feel like he would have stayed with the boxier design with the iPads, knowing how much everyone loved the design of the iPhone 5 and the 5S.
Right.
I feel like he would have stuck with it.
Well, I kind of feel like Apple went back to that again, boxier design. The new iPad Pros have that squared feature to them.
Well, also with the MacBook Pros, technically they're of that same design when you look at it. They're not like curved on the edges.
Yep.
And I feel like Steve would have wanted just USB-C.
I feel like he would have wanted one or the other. And it would have been something like, and I think you brought up a good point when you said he would have made the USB-C, but made other adapters that would be compatible with that USB-C. I 100% agree with that. Well, what do you guys think?
Let us know.
Comments down there.
Down there.
Yep.
There's also a subscribe button.
Down there.
It's what.
Subscribes and notifications. Both of you.
There you go. There you go. There you go. I don't know why I added that last part.
Just go with it.
There you go. Well, until next time, go ahead and watch other videos. Leave them down in the description below, and let us know how Chris did.
Yeah, be nice.
All right, guys. Until next time, Matane.
Bye. That looking like a goof. Who's a goof?
You.
Ha!
Ah. Sweatshirt kind of makes me look fat, but
No, it doesn't. It's just air.
Air that's still stuck in my stomach. It's kind of just like, bruh.
It's water weight.
It's water weight. Let me know how to deflate water weight. That'd be helpful. That's what we've come to. That's what these videos are now. Just how to lose water weight. Let's cancel this video. That's what we'll make it all about.
Today on iHenry,
Yeah.
how to lose water weight.